Hi my friends, my name is Mina. Welcome to my channel Mina Reads, and today we're going to be doing a weekly reading vlog. So I am so excited to get into this reading vlog because spring has finally officially sprung in Philadelphia. It has been consistently warm and sunny for several days now, and that just makes me so excited. I love like spring, summer as a reading time. Like, I know a lot of people love the whole like fall, winter, cozy vibes, reading by the fireplace situation, but I am definitely a reading in the sunshine kind of girly. I love to go out on my porch and read with my morning cup of coffee. I love going to the library and sitting outside and reading my book. Like, I just love that vibe. So for me, spring and summer is sunshiny, like picnic reading date vibe. I love that. So for me, I'm just so excited to do some reading this week, and I'm excited to share that reading with you. So I'm not sure what I'm going to be reading this week, but I have a feeling there's going to be a very prolific reading week on my part. I think I'm going to read a whole lot. I have just like a strong feeling about it, so I am excited. And another reason I'm really excited for this video is because it is very kindly being sponsored by Temu. Temu is an online marketplace that offers the most competitively priced products in multiple categories, including fashion, jewelry, decor, pet supplies, and more. They offer top quality products at ultra affordable prices, so you should check them out at temu.com, or you can download the Temu app on iOS and Android. So in addition to having super affordable prices, they are offering an additional 30% off if you use my code SALE3599, and they offer free shipping and free returns for up to 90 days. So if you're interested in any of the goodies that I'm about to show you, you can shop them directly in the link that will be in the description below. And yeah, be sure to use the discount code to maximize on your savings. But let me show you all the good stuff that they sent me. Alright y'all, so I got this. Yes, it is warm now, but I did get this turtleneck. I love layering, so I got this white turtleneck. It's like very brilliantly white. And then I also got these light blue flare denim jeans. I'm so excited for these. I've been watching Daisy Jones and the Six, and I just was like, I need something a little bit 70s inspired, so of course I had to get the flare jeans. I got this. I want to say that it's a onesie. Maybe it's called a jumper. Maybe that's the proper term for it. But it is like the most comfortable thing that I've ever worn. It's like this spandex onesie right now, but I'm going to show you what it looks like on, and it's just so comfortable. It's just like the perfect like summer outfit. You're just about to run errands, so I'm obsessed with this. I got this black dress, and the back is like backless, and it has this really cute like detail at the bottom, like at the lower back area.
Can I hear a little commotion for the dress? A little bit? Now let's hear it for the back of the dress.
And I love it. It's so adorable. I got some workout sets because of course I did. I practically live in workout sets in the summer, so I did get two, and these are long sleeve ones. So I got this one in this really cute like dark purple shade, and it comes with tights obviously. And then I got the same set but in a light gray. We love variety. And I got this sweatsuit, which is like the best thing that I've ever purchased. I have worn this so many times since receiving it because it's just like the most comfortable thing that I've ever worn. So it's this like light like beige tan color, and this is the most comfortable hoodie I've ever worn. It's like fleece lined on the inside, so it is a very hot outfit, but it's so comfortable and cozy and giant. I love it. And yeah, here goes the matching bottoms. And then I am going to show you what this outfit looks like because I also got this from Temu, which is this black cropped tank with like the cutout in the shoulders and a long maxi skirt. But thank you so much to Temu for sponsoring this video. Do be sure to check them out at the link in my description below, and be sure to use my code so that you can get the best possible deals. Okay, hi dudes. So I ended up picking up this completely random book that I have heard nobody else ever speak about, but I was in the mood to read a historical romance, and so I decided to pick up this book called Beautiful Things by Emily Rath. You may recognize this name because this author is like really popular on TikTok right now for this hockey romance that she put out called Pucking Around, which is like the worst book title ever, but Anyway, I do kind of want to read that book. It's like a polyamorous, like why choose romance, but like I said, in the mood for historical romance, so I went for her historical romance series. And Beautiful Things is about this girl named Rosalie. She's like a girl falling on hard times. She gets invited to a like social event by this duchess because her mother, her recently deceased mother, used to be friends with the duchess, and so the duchess is kind of offering her condolences and also trying to offer the girl Rosalie like a place to stay and a way to make a living, because she knows that the girl's family was like falling on hard times and dealing with a lot of debt that was accrued by her father during his life. So she's got a lot going on, and the duchess, who was, you know, her mother's old friend, wants to kind of help her out with that. And so in moving into the duchess's household and spending some time with her during this like season where the duchess is also trying to get her son, the duke, married off, Rosalie gets entangled in all of this like mess. Now the situation is that this is also a poly romance, so there are 3 dudes that are in I don't want to say in competition, but there are 3 guys that are kind of courting her / that have her romantic attention. So there's this duke guy, his name is George. He's not one of the love interests, but he's like relevant. So the duke has a younger brother named James, and James is kind of the responsible one in the family. So even though he is not the duke in title, he is the one who takes on all of the responsibility, and he feels like Rosalie is just a complication to the household. And so him and Rosalie have like a lot of tension because he can't figure out why his mother would invite Rosalie into the house and like be paying her all this money and doing all this stuff. So James and Rosalie have immediate friction and beef. Then there is Renly, and Renly is like a naval officer, and he is trying to get married to like a rich woman so that he can rank up in the Navy. He's like a lieutenant right now, and he wants to get a captaincy, I think. So he's planning to like marry a rich society woman, but he ends up meeting Rosalie, and he's kind of in love with her, and even though she's broke, he's like, I'm kind of in love with you. And then finally there's this guy Burke, and Burke is kind of like the flirtatious rake sort of guy, and he is sort of I don't know, a full-time stay-at-home son. Like he doesn't really do anything. He doesn't have a job or occupation or anything like that, but he is best friends with James, who is the, you know, the second son of the dukedom. And so James kind of like pays for his lifestyle. They have like a sugar baby friendship going on. It's very interesting. And so yeah, so Rosalie has like a romantic connection with all these people, and it's messy. It's messy. The drama is so good, and it's not necessarily like the guys are in competition with each other, but there is a lot of like jealousy and like, you know, a little bit of miscommunication that goes on. But like it's just so much society drama and silliness, and I absolutely loved it. And so I read that whole thing yesterday, and I am now reading the second book in the duology because the first one leaves off on a cliffhanger. So I am like 34% into the second one, and things are very much heating up, very much getting interesting. One thing I will say is that, like I said before, this is like a poly romance, and so they're not necessarily in competition with each other because they're all willing to share, which is cool. But in the first book, the author doesn't really give a lot of hints and indications that the guys are interested in each other. But then in this book, somewhat out of nowhere, Renly, the naval officer, is kind of talking about how he wants to be bent over by his friend Burke, and I'm like, since when? Since when? Gag. But you know, good for him. I'm happy for them living their truth. But it just was like very much not something that she was talking about very much in the first book. So I did gasp. I was a little bit shook. But I'm having a ball reading that. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna do a little bit of cleaning because I just did some laundry and there's like clothes everywhere. So I'm gonna do a little bit of cleaning, and then I'm gonna go on a walk. And maybe I'm gonna go to my library. There's like some green space near my library, and I'm gonna do some reading. to have a girls' day with my family, with my mom and my grandma. But I do want to give you a quick update on my reads. So His Grace the Duke, I am 66% into that, so I'm not quite done yet because the book is too long. It is egregiously long. It's about 550 pages, which is insane. The first book is 460 pages. I don't think we needed that many pages with this group of people, but that's okay. I do like the people. I do think the story is fun, lots of good drama, but still it is so long. And also it is horny almost to a violent degree, which is crazy, but I am kind of having a good time reading that. I am just like, I'm too into this whole reverse harem historical romance thing. Okay, so I am back from girls' day with my family. Got my nails done. They're like this really pale, like almost translucent pink color. It's very cute, neutral. I always get my nails is like long coffin shape. That's my jam. And my nail tech picked this color for me because I told her I wanted something pink, and she was like, oh my god, I have the perfect shade for you. And it is really perfect. I feel like it fits like the same exact color of my lips. That's neither here nor there. I'm a little bit drunk from the drinks that I had at dinner with my family. Don't judge me. The mules were very strong at that restaurant. Okay, so while I was getting my nails done, you'll never guess who I ran into. Ran into my godmother. She was there with her husband, and her husband was generous enough to pay for me to get my nails done. So we love that for me. Those are my privileges as a daughter today, right? And Mother's Day is tomorrow, so I guess I'll have to pay that forward with my godmother, my mother, and my grandmother. But you know, a good day for me. It's Daughter's Day. And what else I had to tell you? Oh, so I'm still reading my book, His Grace the Duke, obviously. And tell me why in every reverse harem romance there's always that one dude that's like really emotionally unavailable, and he always is causing problems on purpose. So pretty much, like, you know, this is like a historical romance. In a historical romance, they love to have like a tense moment at either a ball or like at the opera or at the theater or something. So they're at the opera, and because this is like a smutty historical romance, they're like doing the deed, the girl Rosalie and her men. And so she's got 3 men. So there's Renly, there's Burke, and then there's James. And so Renly and Burke and her are doing some stuff, and then Renly and Burke decide to surprise invite James, thinking that they're going to get James to finally admit how he really feels about her and that he loves her and that he wants to join their relationship. But it doesn't work out like that because James gets involved in the dynamic, and they're doing what grown folk do, and then James just leaves in the middle of the act. Or the girl is like crying, giving him her declaration of love while he's elbow deep in it. And he's just like, yeah, you know what? I can't be here. And he just leaves. James needs to be in the penitentiary. Like, he needs a jail sentence for that. That is so criminal. Criminally offensive. Like, she do not need to take him back. He is emotionally unavailable on a level that is so deeply unappealing. And I like emotionally unavailable people. I like asshole characters. But this, he has crossed the line. This is crazy. So she really do not need to be with him. He deserves nothing in life. Are you kidding? Like, who would do that? Who would do something like that? Like, he's just not right. He's not right at all. So I need to finish this book. I need to finish it because it just feels like it's just something that needs to be done today. I can't take this into another day. Right now it's like 6:30 maybe. So I'll be sober later tonight. Ooh, I lied bad. It's 7:30. 7:40 actually. But that's not even the time. That is an image of me. Close that. Jesus Christ on the cross himself. Wow. Here's my phone screen. It is 7:41. Wow. Drunker than I thought. Don't drink vodka, kids. Hello dudes, this is my work outfit. I'm headed out to go on a walk with my mom, and then we got some errands to run. But I wanted to tell you that I finished my book last night. I feel like I definitely enjoyed it less than I enjoyed the first book, so I feel like it's maybe like a 3-star. I just think it was too drawn out. It was too long. I enjoy mess, I enjoy drama, I enjoy clownery, I like being at the circus, but I just think it kept me there too long. 500 pages, actually 550 pages. It was just too long, and I hated James. He was the worst. He was the absolute worst. So yeah, I mean, it was a fun time, but I didn't absolutely love it as much as I would have wanted to, but I really did like the first one a whole lot. So say hi to the vlog. Hi vlog. This beautiful scenic location, running water in the background, glistening in the sun, and she don't want to take a picture. How crazy is that?
And to think that for you I would have put it all on hold. Now I'm playing in the sand till it turned to gold. Midas hands, but we all grow old. Can't have my soul, let my heart turn stone. Guess I gotta say it twice, it ain't my fault. Every little thing got a price, that's what I thought. That's what they taught. I'ma take my chance till I drop. You know this ain't the time for the two of us.
Emily Rath has firmly stolen my reading week, and I'm not mad about it. So last night I read That One Night, and that's the prequel to Pucking Around, world's worst title, but we move 150 pages into Pucking Around, and I'm obsessed. So I'm going to the library, I'm gonna sit on the green, and I'm gonna do some more reading, okay? I'm obsessed with the men in her books. I'm obsessed with Rachel. Rachel's a bad bitch. She's 27 and she's already a doctor. She's covered in tattoos. She's got a septum piercing. I love her. So she's a doctor of sports medicine, and she ends up working with this hockey team for like a fellowship that she's a part of, and it's good. So there has like 3 love interests. One of the love interests is like the equipment manager, one of them is like the star goalie, and the other love interest is a defenseman. And the defenseman, his name is Jake, and she actually met Jake in the prequel. The prequel is about her and Jake having this one night stand that is like changed their lives, and they have like soulmate level connection. It's a whole lot going on. It's a whole lot of fun. Sometimes the writing is a little bit cringy. Sometimes the dialogue is a little, you know, millennial, older woman, cringe, Facebook mom humor, but I don't care. I kind of love it. I'm kind of obsessed. If Emily Rath wants to steal my reading week, I'm gonna let her.
Midas hands, but we all grow old. Can't have my soul, let my heart turn stone. Guess I gotta say it twice, it ain't my fault. Every little thing got a price, that's what I...
Okay, I'm kind of whispering because there's some people around, but I'm 27% into this book. There's already a love confession. Jake, he is so terribly down bad. He's down atrocious, down horrendous, down cataclysmic even. He is so in love with her, it's crazy, and I'm having a ball. So yeah, the whole book is just very wild and very overdramatic, very soap opera in nature. I'm kind of obsessed, yeah. And you know what else I've noticed? This might be like a bad thing in other people's book, but for me, I'm kind of eating it up. It gives like CW.
in terms of the writing, in terms of the dialogue, the jokes, the sense of humor. It very much gives CW, but I love mess. I do. So I'm having fun.
Okay, besties, I'm home. I've done a lot more reading. I want to say 67% into this book, so I made a lot of progress since my last update. And so to quickly catch you guys up on what's going on, pretty much we have the Rachel's relationship with Caleb and Jacob, which has progressed very fast, incredibly insta-lovey, and by like 30% they have already like moved in together, and there's like love confessions and all that. They have a whole relationship speed run going on over there, okay? And then Rachel also has some feelings for the goalie on the team. His name is Ilmari. He's like this tall, stoic, Viking looking guy, and he rarely talks. He's like very emotionally closed off, and he's also dealing with his sports injury that he doesn't want to tell anybody about. And so Rachel, being this, you know, masterful, well, not masterful, but being this incredibly skilled doctor, she can tell that he's hiding an injury, and so they end up kind of bonding and connecting, because she says that she'll help him with this injury without reporting him to like the rest of the medical team or whatever for the hockey team that they're on, so that he can continue to play even though he's hurt, which is, I don't know the ethics of that, but sure. And so her and Ilmari are building a relationship because of that, and you know, they have tension. She's into him romantically, sexually, whatever. Things are developing between them. And where I'm at right now, Ilmari has also been introduced into the relationship dynamic that she has with Jake and Caleb, right? Okay, so you're all caught up. Let me tell you this. This is weighing heavily on my mind. I think within 3 months of being in this relationship with these three guys, I think she's gonna need vaginal reconstruction surgery. There's just absolutely no way. Like, the stuff that they're describing in here, like, she must have titanium steel walls. Like, I know the vagina is an incredible muscle, but, and I do believe, you know, I do believe in the miracle of the human body, but yeah, she is definitely going to need surgery. But some of this stuff in here is not adding up. Listen to this. The sirens in the background are also worried about her. They're on their way to Rachel's house right now because it's a medical emergency. Like, no, hear me out, okay? There is a scene in this book where Rachel is having relations with Caleb and Jake, and they're using this toy that she has, and it's like this tentacle monster dong that is described by Jake as being at least a foot long. And they're using that, and she takes that comfortably. And after taking that, she is DP'd by Jake and Caleb. Also comfortably. Right? Right? And then, a few scenes later, her and Ilmari are about to have their first sex scene together. He pulls down his pants, and she literally gasps in shock. And she says that he is so massive and he is so huge, and she's actively scared, actively worried about it. Like, she is terrified. That man has to be a freak of nature. Like, how big could he possibly be? Like, how is she living? How is she walking? How does she function on a day-to-day basis? This is outlandish. Like, more fantastical than any fantasy series I've ever read. A plastic surgery on speed dial. It's really that serious. Like, what? So friends, I finished pucking around, and we are in a tough situation right now, okay? Because I think that the book is not good. It might even be like really, really bad. But I kind of loved it. Like, I loved it. I feel like the writing is really, really cringy. I feel like some of the stuff in terms of like there's like some kink elements. I think the kink elements are done in a very goofy way. Like, there's just a lot of stuff about the way that this ending of the story plays out, like the resolution, that's just like, is beyond wish fulfillment, is beyond unrealistic, but I couldn't help but like love it. And I love the characters and I love their dynamic together, and I just felt like it was such a fun book. And for it to have been like a 700-page book, I feel like it was incredibly well paced, because it did not feel like 700 pages. I didn't feel like, oh my god, I'm so tired of reading this. Like, I didn't really get to that point. I did have some moments of like, oh my god, this is so unbearably cringe and uncomfortable, because some of the dialogue and some of the inner monologue just sounds very goofy. Like, there are parts where the girl Rachel is like thinking to herself, and like maybe if she's angry about something, or maybe she's like feeling really excited, she'll be like, oh, like Dragon Rachel is gonna come out, and she just sounds ridiculous. But like, in spite of all of that strange prose choice, I feel like the book was just so fun to read. Like, it was so fun to read. So what more can you ask for from a book that's not trying to be high art? Like, I don't think that Emily Rath sat down and said like, I'm about to write the great American novel. She said, I'm about to write 700 pages of hockey porn, and she did that. Like, she succeeded, and it is exactly what she set out for it to be. So I don't know what I want to rate it, but I did have fun reading it. I didn't think I would have fun. I kind of went into this reading experience just wanting to read it because everyone else keeps talking about it on TikTok, and that's how I heard about Emily Rath in the first place. I don't know what really motivated me to read her historical romance series first, but I keep seeing her pop up on my For You page on TikTok, and so I had to check her out. And I understand why she's so popular, because like I said, even though it's a 700-page book, it is so compulsively readable, and I think I finished it in like 2 days. It's been a few days since I filmed my last clip, but I finished it like so quickly, and I'm still thinking about it. I'm still thinking about like this little family, this polycule, and like I love them so much. And my favorite dude was Ilmari. I'm thinking about him every day. I'm thinking about him all the time. I love him so much. So I don't like, it was a fun reading experience. I don't know what else to say. I really did go into expecting that this was kind of going to be like low-key a hate video, but I liked it. I had fun. And Emily Rath has a few more books in her backlist that I haven't read yet, so I am going to read those, especially the historical romance one. Is called Alcohol, and I will be reading that immediately because I love her historical romances. They're so for me. They work so well for me. I really like the historical romance series. This historical romance series might be better to me than the pucking around hockey romance situation she has going on, but James in the historical romance, he really does deserve to be in jail. Like, I feel very carceral every time I even think about him. He is the worst, okay? But that series is the best. I really like that historical romance series. So it was a fun time. I had a good time. This was a fun video to film. I feel like there's lots more like b-roll and like personal life stuff in it than I would usually put in a vlog, but hope you're into it. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to Temu for sponsoring this video. Do be sure to check them out in the link in my description, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, you guys. Mwah.